Gentlemen, let me speak to you directly, doctor to patient, man to man. I want you to imagine this. You go to bed feeling fine, maybe even proud that you've stayed away from heavy foods and had what you thought was a healthy evening. But then, overnight, your body quietly faces a danger that could change your life forever. I'm talking about stroke risk while you sleep. And believe me, as a brain doctor, I've seen too many good men blindsided by it. Now here's what shocked me. It's not just poor diet, not just smoking, not just high blood pressure. There is one common nighttime habit among men over 60 that can quietly raise your stroke risk while you rest. And I'll bet many of you do it without even realizing how harmful it can be. That habit is going to bed dehydrated and immobile, not drinking enough water in the evening, then lying still for long hours without circulation support. Overnight, your blood thickens, your vessels tighten, and your brain, so hungry for oxygen, becomes vulnerable. Why is this so serious? Because your brain is like the electrical control tower of your entire body. When a clot blocks blood flow, even for a few minutes, the damage can be permanent. Your ability to walk, speak, or even remember the faces of your loved ones can vanish in seconds. But here's the good news. Just as habits can raise your risk, habits can also lower it. And that's exactly what we'll talk about today. So don't worry. This isn't a lecture about giving up everything you enjoy. Instead, it's about understanding your body as it changes with age, and then using small, powerful habits to fight back. Before I dive into the morning practices that will protect your brain and keep you sharp, let me share something important. Many men over 60 don't realize how testosterone, your main male hormone, is linked not only to strength and energy, but also to brain health and stroke risk. As testosterone levels decline with age, the blood vessels become less flexible, blood sugar control weakens, and fat tends to accumulate in places it never used to. This doesn't just affect your muscles or bedroom performance. It affects your brain's circulation. In other words, low testosterone accelerates the conditions that make strokes more likely. But here's the hopeful truth. While we can't stop aging, we can use daily habits to keep testosterone steadier, circulation stronger, and the brain more resilient. And that's where my doctor's perspective shifts from shock to hope. Because I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s turn things around, not with expensive pills or extreme routines, but with a handful of simple morning habits. Now, imagine waking up tomorrow and giving your body exactly what it needs to fight stroke risk and boost vitality. These morning steps are simple, safe, and backed by science. Let's go through them one by one. First thing in the morning, before coffee, before breakfast, drink a tall glass of water. Why? Because during the night, your body loses fluids through breathing and sweat. Dehydration thickens the blood, making it more likely to clot. Rehydrating in the morning restores fluid balance, improves blood flow, and reduces strain on the heart. Some of my patients add a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. This helps replenish electrolytes and gives a gentle boost to circulation. You don't need an intense workout. In fact, for men over 60, jumping straight into heavy exercise can be dangerous. Instead, I recommend 5 to 10 minutes of gentle movement, like slow stretches, knee lifts, or even a brisk walk around the house. Think of it as waking up your circulation. This light activity gets blood moving from your legs back to your heart and brain, reducing the risk of morning clots. Step outside, even if just for a few minutes. The morning sun stimulates your body to produce vitamin D and resets your circadian rhythm, which regulates sleep, metabolism, and hormone balance. Low vitamin D is linked with both stroke risk and low testosterone. One of my 72-year-old patients told me that simply making a habit of sitting outside with his morning coffee gave him more energy and improved his sleep quality dramatically. Skip the sugary cereals and heavy pastries. Instead, start your day with foods that support brain and heart health, like eggs, berries, nuts, oatmeal, or even avocado toast. These foods stabilize blood sugar and provide antioxidants that protect your brain cells. I often recommend a small serving of omega-3 rich foods like walnuts or flax seeds in the morning, because omega-3 fatty acids keep the blood vessels flexible and fight inflammation. Now this one surprises many men, but it's powerful. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing, meditation, or prayer in the morning lowers stress hormones, improves oxygen delivery to the brain, and reduces blood pressure. Remember, stress constricts blood vessels. By calming the mind, you're also calming the body. One of my patients, a 65-year-old former construction worker, said this practice was the single best thing he did for his health after retirement. Lastly, remember what we said about testosterone. It declines naturally, but habits can slow that decline. Strength training a few times a week, eating enough protein, and getting quality sleep are long-term boosters. But in the morning, even small things like sunlight, hydration, and movement help your body produce and maintain healthier levels. These are not complicated medical interventions. They are habits that any man at any age can practice starting tomorrow. And trust me, they make a difference. Let me pause for a moment and tell you about two men who remind me why I share this message so passionately. The first is Robert, age 68. He came to me after experiencing what doctors call a mini-stroke. He was frightened, convinced that his independence was slipping away. But instead of giving up, he committed to small daily changes. Every morning he began drinking water, stretching, and walking in his garden. Within 3 months, his blood pressure stabilized. His energy returned, and he felt confident enough to resume his volunteer work at the local community center. Robert told me, "Doctor, I thought my life was ending, but really, it was just beginning again." The second is Miguel, age 74, a retired teacher. He struggled with low testosterone symptoms, fatigue, low mood, weight gain. But instead of focusing only on medications, he built a morning routine: hydration, protein-rich breakfasts, and light-strength exercises with resistance bands. Slowly, his testosterone improved, his belly fat shrank, and most importantly, his sharpness of mind returned. He laughed and told me, "I feel like I've got a second chance to be the man my wife married." So let's put these habits into a simple morning plan you can start tomorrow. Drink a tall glass of water. Do 5 to 10 minutes of light stretching or walking. Step outside for at least 5 minutes of morning sunlight. Eat a breakfast rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Spend 5 minutes in calm breathing, prayer, or meditation. That's it. No complicated equipment. No extreme routines. Just consistent, simple steps that protect your brain, support your testosterone, and lower your risk of stroke. Gentlemen, here's what I want you to take away. Aging is not the end of your strength, your clarity, or your independence. Stroke risk is real, yes, but so is your power to fight it with daily choices. Every morning, you have a chance to decide: will I let my health slip quietly away, or will I stand up, even in small ways, to protect my brain, my body, and my future? I've seen men in their 60s and 70s come back from despair, rebuild their energy, and even rediscover passions they thought they had lost. And it all started with simple morning habits. So tomorrow, when you wake up, remember this conversation. Pour that glass of water. Stretch your legs. Step into the sunlight. Nourish your body with real food. And take a deep, calm breath. Because your brain deserves it. Your family deserves it. And most of all, you deserve it. If you found this message helpful, make sure to subscribe for more doctor-led health insights. And in the comments, tell me, which of these habits will you start tomorrow morning? Together, we can turn shock into strength and fear into freedom. Now, gentlemen, before we wrap up, I want to give you something practical you can hold on to. A doctor's checklist for keeping your brain healthy and lowering your stroke risk, not just tomorrow morning, but for the years to come. Think of this as your personal roadmap, one you can glance at whenever you feel uncertain about whether you're doing enough for your health. First, let's talk about blood pressure, because it is the single most important number when it comes to stroke prevention. High blood pressure quietly damages blood vessel walls, making them stiff and prone to clots. If you haven't checked your blood pressure recently, please make it a priority. Home monitors are affordable and accurate these days, and tracking your numbers just a few times per week can save your life. Keep your systolic, the top number, under 130 if possible. Many men who follow the morning routine I described earlier, hydration, sunlight, movement, see their numbers naturally improve without needing extra medication. Second on the checklist is blood sugar control. Even if you don't have diabetes, spikes in blood sugar weaken blood vessels, accelerate aging, and add to stroke risk. This is where diet plays a huge role. Reduce processed sugars, limit white bread and sweets, and instead choose whole foods, vegetables, whole grains, lean protein. Pairing protein with carbs slows sugar spikes and protects your brain from silent damage. Third, we cannot ignore cholesterol balance. Cholesterol itself is not the enemy. It's essential for hormones and brain function. The real danger comes from inflammation, which oxidizes cholesterol and makes it stick to artery walls. That's why eating anti-inflammatory foods like olive oil, nuts, berries, and fatty fish is so powerful. If you've been prescribed medication for cholesterol, don't abandon it without talking to your doctor. But remember, lifestyle is the foundation. Fourth, movement throughout the day is just as important as your morning routine. You've heard me stress the importance of morning stretches and walking, but I also encourage what I call movement snacks. Every hour, stand up, march in place, stretch your arms overhead, or take a short walk. These small actions keep circulation flowing and reduce clot risk. Remember, sitting still for hours is like asking your blood to stagnate. Keep it moving. Fifth, sleep quality is a major pillar of brain protection. Poor sleep increases blood pressure, raises blood sugar, and lowers testosterone, all of which make strokes more likely. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Turn off screens at least 30 minutes before bed. And here's something many men don't realize. Sleep apnea, the condition where you snore heavily and stop breathing for seconds at a time, dramatically increases stroke risk. If your partner has noticed pauses in your breathing at night, please get checked. Treatment can save your brain and your heart. Sixth, emotional health plays a role too. Loneliness, stress, and depression are often overlooked, but they quietly raise blood pressure and cortisol, which wear down your body over time. This is why I encourage men to stay connected. Whether it's family dinners, old friends, community groups, or even volunteering. One of my patients in his 70s told me, "Doctor, joining a local chess club did more for my health than any pill I've ever taken." Laughter, conversation, and companionship are medicine for the brain. Finally, let's talk about purpose. You see, gentlemen, when men retire, some lose their sense of daily meaning. Without purpose, motivation fades, habits slip, and health declines. But when you have a reason to get up in the morning, whether it's gardening, mentoring, faith, or simply wanting to be present for your grandchildren, your body follows your mind. Purpose lowers stress hormones, boosts immune function, and keeps you engaged in life. So here's the doctor's checklist in simple form. Check and manage your blood pressure. Control blood sugar with real whole foods. Balance cholesterol with anti-inflammatory habits. Move throughout the day, not just in the morning. Prioritize deep, restorative sleep. Stay socially connected and emotionally nourished. Live with purpose every single day. So here's the doctor's checklist in simple form. Check and manage your blood pressure. Control blood sugar with real, whole foods. Balance cholesterol with anti-inflammatory habits. Move throughout the day, not just in the morning. Prioritize deep, restorative sleep. Stay socially connected and emotionally nourished. Live with purpose every single day. Gentlemen, stroke prevention isn't about fear. It's about power. Every choice you make is either building your brain's defense or slowly weakening it. And when you use this checklist, you put yourself in the driver's seat of your own health. I've seen men transform, not by doing everything perfectly, but by doing small things consistently. That's the secret. Not perfection, but persistence. So, if there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Your health destiny is not fixed. Age is not your enemy. In fact, with the wisdom and experience you've gained, this can be the most powerful chapter of your life. By protecting your brain, you're not just avoiding strokes. You're opening the door to more years of clarity, independence, and joy.